With Average Joes, and we're here at Calera High School talking to the Calera High School football team. I'm joined by Michael Benson and Michael Banks, members of the defense here for the Calera Eagles. And guys, this is the week, getting the pads on, finally getting to practice. And how fun has it been just getting it started this week? And does it really really feel like football season for you guys now when this week comes and you finally get the pads on and get out there with everybody?
Yes, sir. I feel like it intensifies the sport even more because you get to go ball out with your friends, your family, basically, and you get to low-key let your anger out. So.
But with the pads on now, we get the intensity of practice is up, and we get more reps and more looks, and it's better. It's better because it just gives us a mental for the season that's right around the corner, and it's just been really helpful.
Tell me about this summer. I mean, what has kind of stood out to you guys about this team, the way that this team has worked, and just, really everybody kind of pushing towards that one goal, obviously, of wanting to go and raise up a blue map?
We came out very determined. Like, everybody want to get reps, everybody want to get to the top, so it intensifies the competition.
Coming off last year and making our first playoff run and, losing to Spanish Fort the first round, this summer and the spring we dedicated it all to, making it back there and probably even going further. So this summer has really been a grind for our senior class and also the young guys. We're able to help them and, have a good team this year.
This is a place that has kind of been on a steady incline from a classification standpoint. I mean, you're 5A, next thing you know, you're 6A. And so last year getting in the 6A playoffs like you talked about, what did that do for this group's confidence now and what you guys feel like y'all can do at the 6A classification?
We boosted our confidence really high. It made us feel like we can play with anybody in this state, which we can, because once we play together, just like nobody can stop us really.
And last year we had a kind of a young group and we had not that many seniors. So having them guys come back and then also having that playoff experience has really just helped us, to know what it's like to get up to that high level. And this year we're going to take it and try to go back.
Look at the region. A couple teams y'all have been playing the last couple of years, a couple of new teams. When you get those new teams in and you kind of have a different region, does that add a little bit of excitement as well to play some new teams, see some new places?
Well, most definitely, because it's like you get to see people that you never played before. You don't know what they're going to run, so it's just like it basically like makes us hype.
With the new team that's been added and stuff, we really have to. We really don't know much as far. I mean, we can watch film and know, but we haven't played them before. So it's kind of leave a few questions as to like if they're gonna do anything new that we haven't seen, and it's just really exciting.
When you look at this defense, what do y'all really kind of feel like is going to be the strength of this defense this year? What is something that's going to carry y'all throughout this season in y'all's mind?
I feel like our D-line will do us the most justice, in my opinion.
I say our D-line too. They were a younger group last year, but this year they really stepped up, and we had some. They've got bigger, stronger, and then we're building around them with the linebackers and the depth. But they're really going to be the core of the defense this year.
Talking about the region, obviously y'all's region has the best quarterback in this state this year, Christopher Vizina at Briarwood. How much y'all look forward to just having that challenge of facing him, facing the Division I quarterback, and seeing what y'all can do against him?
Oh, I'm very excited because it's like I get to compete with the best person in our region and see what plays he can try to make against me. So it's just a big battle between us.
Having to play against a top D1 committee is kind of exciting because I've never had the pleasure of going against someone with the name as he does. But it's really exciting to me, and it's pushing me to have to give it my all when I go against him.
Obviously, Kobe Prentice was a big guy around here last year. How much easier is it going to make it on the defense during practice, not having to worry about him out there this year?
Well, it makes it much easier because it's like we went up against him last year, so he gave us like the best look that we ever seen in this region. So this year we can base our skills off different receivers this year based on how we guarded him last year.
With him going, it's really at practice. It's kind of we know when we seen what it's like for a receiver to be at a high level. So this year it's kind of like it's not there. But I mean, our defense is doing really good against anything else.
You obviously have him. He goes on to Bama. Jason Jones being up at Oregon. We had Ronnie Clark from here a couple years ago that went to Alabama. When you look at those guys, what kind of example do those guys show for you guys and even guys younger for y'all, what you can accomplish playing football here at Calera?
It make us we can achieve our dreams. We can fulfill our dreams. We can put our teammates on the map as well and try to get to bigger places and stuff like that.
It just lets you know that even though you're from Calera, it's kind of a small town, but you can still make it to big places if you put the work in and do your due. You can still make it big places and you can go further.
I remember seeing this team a couple of years ago when Coach Zal was here, and the numbers, like when we were out at practice today, just seeing how many guys are out. I mean, there's maybe 30 more players than there were back then. And what does that kind of show y'all about the interest in football here and the way that you're kind of seeing this community really start to get behind this football program now?
I feel like the way we performed last year made guys be more interested in our program and want to be a part of that. So letting them join our team is just basically exciting because we get more people to stand behind us in our fight.
With the increase in people, to add on what he said, we also were recruiting in the hallways. And then, last season going to the playoffs for the first time kind of gave everybody an incentive to come back because we're like, well, if they went this year, well, if I join, maybe, I can come get that experience as well.
What are y'all's keys for this year? What is this team going to really need to do well to get back into the postseason and to go and accomplish the goals that you guys have for this year?
Defensively, I think we need to key in, get the plays, and be able to execute the plays at a high level, consistent.
This year, defensively, we have to play fast. We have to make sure we have make sure we get turnovers, and really just play fast and have the team.
Guys, listen, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to sit down with me, and good luck to you guys. Really looking forward to seeing how this year goes for you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
What's up, guys? Caleb Brooks here with Calera football team. I'm joined by Daniel Carmona and Braylon Farrington, members of the offense here for the Calera football team. And, for you guys, man, last year this was an offense that really started turning some heads, putting up points on people, and, had a lot of success on the offensive side. So what have y'all seen now from this group, some of the momentum that y'all were able to build last year? Do y'all feel like that y'all been able to kind of take that into the summer with 7-on-7s, and then now what y'all done out on the practice field this week?
Yeah, so we got a lot of guys stepping up, a lot of young guys stepping up, and pretty much I think our receivers, they all young, except for Braylon Farrington, which he could help them out a little bit more, help them progress and knowing what to do with roster run and certain things,
Yeah, sir. So 7-on-7, we've been we kind of got a new playbook, so we all been progressing on that. And me being an older guy, helping the young guys, because like Danny said, we have a lot of young receivers, so it's my job to step up this year, like Kobe was, and help the young guys and progress this season and make big plays to where we are supposed to begin this year.
I was going to ask, for you, you had Kobe and you out there last year, and y'all were able to feed off each other, and if somebody wanted to go and lock you down, he was open. If they wanted to lock him down, you're open. How are things going to change for you now a little bit this year, knowing that the focus is going to be a little bit more on you and that, you're going to be getting some more targets and kind of counted on a little bit more for this offense?
I'm just trying to do better than last year. I like you said, I'm going to be that guy, but I have other receivers this year. I got, a young guy, KD, and Don Ash, and Skylar Strong. So, they step up big time this season to where if I am get double teamed or anything, they're going to step up and make plays. So, I really got that, rabbit off my back to where I have the other guys to help me out. So, still being that leader and stuff, but I also have other guys this season.
What about for you, from a leadership standpoint, getting a year older, having the experience from this offense, how important is it to be able to talk to some of these younger guys, be able to help them and, really show them, hey, this is what we do here and this is what is going to make us successful?
Man, it's great. Helping the young guys just understand what they're doing, helping them know what to do, because I'm a running back and, I got a bunch of young guys in my group, and working around with them is fun, because them guys, they go out there, they do what they want to do, you feel me, make plays. That's pretty much about it.
When you have guys like him on the outside and some other guys that he named, how much does it help you out, where they can't just key in, they can't stack 8 guys in the box, 9 guys in the box? What does it really open up for you at the running?
A lot. It helps a lot. I can't lie, because if they stack 8 guys, I can't handle that. So we got Braylon Farrington, Skylar, Dalton, got them guys. There's a couple more, but yeah, they help a lot.
Getting the pads on this week, just how much fun has that been to just finally kind of, feel like you're out there really playing football?
Man, it felt great. Today, it felt great. It was in full pads today. Man, it was just the atmosphere and everything. just being hit again, gaining yards, and so on and so.
Especially for you, I mean, playing the running back position, you know, it probably gets a little frustrating to run through the hole in the summer and there's nobody there to meet you or anything like that. So, what about for you? I mean, how much did you enjoy? Well, you weren't out there with the pads, obviously. You're about to go do something special. I mean, kind of talk about that a little bit, going and running and having the chance to go and really represent this place on kind of a national scale.
Yes, sir. I started doing track my sophomore year, and it's been a big part of me now. So I'm going to nationals, so I didn't get to really practice that. But I did get to go to Shells the other day. Putting pads on, thudding up, felt really good because you've been wearing helmets and stuff all summer to where now you in pads. It's fun. Guys bouncing around and make practice more intense. So what you feel like you're working in the summer, but now you're really working because you got that goal this season. So it's been real fun putting them pads back on.
Obviously, running routes, catching the ball, that's really important in the wide receiver position. But you guys do want to run the football some. How important is being able to block on the outside? Is that something that you have to talk to the younger guys a lot about, buying into that and buying into being really good at blocking on the outside?
Yes, sir. My main goal, I want to score touchdowns, get yards. But one of my big goals for receivers is us blocking. So our coach is real big on us on blocking. So we might have some periods where we're blocking for screens or the running backs. We want everybody to get a part of a success team. So blocking for receivers is a really big key for us this season. So
when you look at the beginning part of this year for you guys, how important do you guys feel like getting off to a good start offensively is going to be, building some momentum early, scoring some points in the first couple of games, and kind of building confidence in this whole entire group?
I say what will help us a lot is tempo. Because tempo, when we run in full speed every play, defense will get tired. Offensive line moving fast, pushing, we're gaining yards, we can fake it, throw a pass. It's a bunch of things we can do because it's simple.
Like Dan said, tempo, but us scoring, first drive and getting us going can really help us have momentum in them games to where defense get big stops on fourth downs or third down, get 3 and out, we can go out there and score, and we have all the momentum this season and going into the season. Scoring touchdowns, putting big points on it, so that's going to help a lot scoring.
They talked about the playoff run last year and, the confidence that's given you guys, but also what kind of motivation has that given this team? You get that taste of it. It obviously didn't go the way that you guys wanted it to go, and so what kind of different motivation have y'all seen that give this team now to go into this year?
It lets us know that, hey, we can make it to the playoff, but do we want to make the playoff? We want to make state. That's where we want to go, pretty much.
Yeah, the playoff was big for us last year because, those 1-9 seasons, didn't have a great taste. But last year, having a good season going to the playoff, like you said, didn't go as planned, but it gave us real confidence to where, us older guys, after the season, we all got together just this is what we want. We want to win the region and host the playoffs. So we want to host the playoffs. So it would be real big to host the playoffs this year. So we're ready for revenge.
How excited are y'all to have, a couple new teams entering into the region, get to face some different people, go to some different places than y'all have the last couple of years?
It's all about the competition. Competition, pretty much. That's all it's about. To help us get better and know what we need to do, what we need to fix every day.
It's big, having those new teams in there, seeing new guys. It's going to be exciting playing them new teams.
Obviously, the region games, that's what gets you into the playoffs and stuff. But early in the year, those first 2 non-region games, how important are those in kind of building the momentum that you want to have going into region play weeks 3, 4, 5, and so on?
They're important. I can't lie. I say our games, which me and Michael Benson, we need to play against Pelham. But Pelham, Alina, they're going to be our main targets. They're the guys that we want to go against and compete against so that we'll, be ranked number 1 because them guys we got to take out to be the number 1 seed in the region.
Those first 2 games going to be real important. Playing Spain Park and Chelsea, which is 7-8 team. So those first 2 games going to be real important for us because, we win those 2 games, we have a big momentum because, some teams probably going to be down as oh my God, it's little Calera playing these 7-8 teams. So, we real confident about this first 2 games. So, all is a mindset.
Does that give this team a little bit of an extra chip too? Kind of what he talked about. You're going playing some 7-8 teams, little Calera going up there. Is that does that kind of add a little bit of a chip? Hey, we want to go prove something and show that we can compete.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does. Because against Spanish Fort, the fact that we competed with them guys, it was crazy. That's pretty much. But I can't. I'm lost for words on that. Like
I said, them 7-8 teams. Spain Park, Chelsea, playing Gaston City, which was the 7-8 school last year. So, those big teams can really help us, pushing us better. So like Spain Park first game, it's gonna be a high tense game. They got 2 4-star DNs, so going against them is gonna make our own line better and making us better. So it's gonna really be an intense game.
What are y'all's keys offensively for this team this year? What is this team going to really need to do well week in and week out to be successful?
Like I was saying, tempo. Pretty much about that's the main key is tempo. Pushing it every play, tempo, moving fast. Just tempo.
Playing fast, got to catch the ball, run the ball. Got to make sure we're blocking. Have teams on their heels to where we line up fast. They can't really get set, and we can run a play and get 10 yards, do it again. So playing fast is a real big key for us this year. And playing with intensity, high intensity.
Well, guys, look, really appreciate you guys taking the time to sit down and join me. Good luck to you guys this year. Good luck to you as you go and run, and represent this place on a national scale. And really look forward to seeing how things go for y'all this year.
Yes, sir.
So, guys, Caleb Brooks now joined by head football coach here at Calera High School, Coach Jason Hamlin. And, Coach, for you now entering into year 2 here as the head coach, and, how different is that now? Where last year these guys are trying to learn you and what you're doing a little bit. And now, you guys, it seems like you're just able to go out there to practice and they kind of know what to expect.
Yeah, we tried to establish that last year, letting them know this is the expectation, this is how practice is going to flow. In my opinion, it's been really good. The kids, they probably make fun of me a little more. They're a little more at ease around me. We kind of gel a little bit better as opposed to this new guy, this new big bearded man coming in, kind of yelling and screaming what's going on. Now it's all fun. So.
When you look at that part of it, them being able to relax a little bit, you relaxing around them a little bit and stuff, and then you look at last year and the success that y'all were able to have. Does it give you a little bit more confidence in what this group can accomplish, just seeing the way this team's coming together?
A little bit, but I'm also I have such high hopes for these kids because, in my mind, they've earned everything they get. They work hard. They do all the little things, but I don't want them to live off of last year's success. Last year was last year's seniors. I don't want them to be last year's seniors. We're going to miss those seniors. I want them to be their own group and kind of brand themselves a little bit and see what happens, see where we go.
When you look at last year and it being, year 1, having the success you had, how important is that to have success in year 1 to try to build what you're wanting to build here?
Now I come in and say things and they're like, oh, he knows what he's talking about because they won last year. And that wasn't all me. This school was flooded with athletes. We just kind of put on offense, we put the ball in the playmakers' hands and let them make plays. And defensively, we kept it simple so they could play fast. And I like I said, I just yell and scream. The coaches do a great job getting the kids ready to play.
Going down to Spanish Fort last year and, getting that experience of playoff football, getting to be right there in a game, having to, come down to the fourth quarter and all that. Even though you didn't come out on the right end of it, what do you think that that's going to do for this program going forward, the confidence and just, having that type of experience now?
It made the underclassmen hungry for it. So, to my knowledge, we were on a 4-year drought going into the playoffs. We had some success last year. They got to taste that. They enjoyed it. It was awesome. The whole school was out sending us off. We're going down to Spanish Fort, which has a great tradition down there. They know how to win, how to finish games, and we're kind of the puppy going down there. And at the end of the game, we're a couple plays away from overtime possibly. So they have thrived off that. That's kind of been their motivation this offseason is, hey, let's host a first-round playoff game instead of having to drive 4 hours to Spanish Fort to play them. Let's play them in the second round. So I think it's been good. They've kind of gelled all off-season, all spring, all summer, and it's been a real good off-season, I think.
You talk about hosting a playoff game. How big of a step would that be, for this program, especially in this region that you're about to get into with Homewood and Briarwood and Benjamin Russell, Pelham, Helena, and all these teams?
It would be huge for the program, for the community, just to get all the people. Last year we got lucky. We were 6-0 at the Nest, so just to have that home field advantage, they play a little bit better when we're at home. They're a little more relaxed. But, it would be unbelievable. But, with the Helenas, the Pelhams, Chilton County, Ben Russell. I know I'm forgetting somebody from last year. The last year's group with us, and then us gaining Homewood and Briarwood. It didn't get any easier. So in order for us to host, finishing first or second is going to be tough. And then the two that we got, I mean, they were late playoff run teams last year, so we got our work cut out for us.
You know, you look at the stadium down there. Obviously, they've put some new bleachers up on the away side. There's some plans for the home side and stuff. And what does that add pride? Do you feel like with these players?
Oh, absolutely.
And with this community?
They're excited to play. I mean, like I said last year, we got on a hot streak at home, and everybody was all excited to go to the home games. We were packing out the home side. We were getting good gates from the visiting side. That's kind of what we did when scheduling teams this year. Was we wanted to stay local because there's amazing competition in the Birmingham area, and we don't have to travel as far to get good teams to come to us now.
What's really stood out to you about this group this summer? You know, just the work that they've put in and what y'all been able to accomplish.
They just show up ready to get after it. They really are a band of brothers that they hang out. Some of them don't even sleep at their house. They spend the night at each other's house. They wake up, they come to workouts, they work out, and then as soon as workouts are over, they go back to being with each other. Like they're just a big family, a whole bunch of brothers always together. If I need to get in touch with any of them, I just have to get in touch with one of them, and the rest are usually right there with them.
What about this week now? I mean, you know, getting the pads on, getting to really see this group.
It's been good. We didn't go through spring, so we could get an extra week that we had last week. So getting the pads on kind of last week, we had to knock a lot of rust off because last time we strapped it up was Spanish Fort. But I think today we had a really good day. Luckily, we've been able to dodge the rainstorms, and it's been very overcast when we go in the morning. But we had a good energy at practice today, and they just want to compete. Offense is always talking trash to the defense, and defense talking trash to the offense. So it's somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. So I'll be happy and sad every day.
You know, going in, that defense is going to be a little bit ahead of offense because it just normally is that way. But how do you kind of, like as a coach, how do you balance knowing, you know, hey, I know going in, the offense is going to struggle and they're going to have some things, but, you know, also kind of letting them know, you know, hey, this isn't acceptable and we still have to get better.
Well, film time has been great. Shout out to Drone Tech for the drone that we just got from them. But they, us coming in, and even though they might not have success on the field like we did red zone today and defense looked really good in the red zone, there will be some good things that come from film. So we'll watch the film and tell them, hey, even though we didn't score this play, we're one block away from busting a big run. So allowing the kids opportunity to see, hey, you need to step with your left foot instead of your right foot, and like having the technology now to actually see that as opposed to just saying it over and over and over, and then the kids say, oh, I'd step with the right foot. Well, no, you didn't. It's on film. Big eye in the sky don't lie.
Yes, sir. Tell me about these first two games. You know, two 7A opponents for you guys. I mean, how big and how important can that be for the momentum that you guys can build going into regional play?
Well, when we talked, I asked the kids kind of who they liked, who they wanted to play, and Spain Park was kind of new for us. I coached at Spain Park some years ago, so when Coach Vakakis got the job, we talked because he was at JO, and he's like, hey, how do you feel about playing us? Then Chelsea just taking the step up, and that's one of our in-county rivals, love to play Chelsea. I told the kids that part of the reason we're doing this is we're going to be 7A, probably 4 to 6 years. Our numbers are just climbing at that speed. So when we go to 7A, it can't be, hey, we're going to play these guys for the first time. We want to compete. I mean, like I think Braylon said earlier, they've got 2 4-star defensive linemen. But Kakis does a great job. All those guys at Spain Park are awesome guys. They're going to have their guys ready to play. And then I have no idea what to expect from Chelsea. They got a new coaching staff. They've got kids that can compete. We'll hopefully get some intel on them when they play Helena. But just to kind of come out and let, I guess, the state know that, yeah, Calera, this is where we are. This is who we will be. Y'all better start taking notes. Hopefully that's what happens, and not the opposite of, yeah, those kids can't play with the big boys. But I think that, I mean, we got to start kind of establishing who we are now. We go places, like we've competed in the Hoover 7-on-7 stuff, and people are like, where's Calera? Is that in Alabama? And it's like, yeah, we're just south of here. Just south of Alabaster. Y'all come look us up. We got athletes oozing out. We just need somebody to take a shot on some of our kids.
You know, when right behind us, we were talking about those guys, I mean, you know, that have gone and played big-time ball. You had Kobe Prentice here last year. And What do you think that does for these guys, these younger guys, when they can look at them and see, hey, those guys made it from Calera and got to go to where I want to get to?
It shows them that they don't have to be at the biggest and baddest school in the state. They don't have to be at a Thompson or a Clay and win a state championship in order to have a chance to play at the next level. I mean, they found Kobe. Kobe just unbelievably fast, but we also had 3 guys, I think, that went to Millsaps, and we had some guys kind of go here and there. We got a few that are going to Miles. So from the senior class last year, I want to say there were 15 of them. I think that about 11 of them earned college scholarships. So it just shows you that college coaches are going to find talent. Y'all just trust us and be here with us, and we're going to put y'all in the best situation to get your offers get noticed, but also to try and win. And more colleges come around, the more you win. So,
y'all are going to play against some teams that have some guys that are getting looked at
Yes.
and going big places. What type of opportunities are those also for these guys? That's something that you talk to them about. If if you want to
absolutely.
get recruited, here's a game
Absolutely.
where you can go and make your name known.
So, like our offensive line, we've got 3 seniors starting on the offensive line right now. It's like, guys, y'all don't have any offers yet, but you're about to go against 2 4-stars where there will be some college coaches probably watching them, and if they see that y'all can hold your own against these guys, you might earn an offer or 2. I know Helena's got a really good corner that our receivers, Braylon, can earn an offer if he does what he does against Helena. So, I mean, there's guys here and there and everywhere. If we just kind of do what we do, I mean, we'll see what happens.
What are your keys for this year? I mean, what is this team going to really have to do well week in and week out to be successful?
Just have to execute the little things, like big picture stuff. All that's going to come together. They trust what we're doing. They trust the process. We just have to make sure and take care of the little things. First steps on offensive and defensive line. No stupid penalties. Don't shoot ourselves in the foot. Hopefully our special teams will be a little bit better this year than they were last year. So just kind of fine tune every little thing and just remember that last year's team was last year's team. We're a new year. Don't try and be somebody from last year. I mean, we had 2 really good safeties last year that we're trying to replace, and I try to tell them, hey, y'all aren't them. Y'all be Benson and Grayton, or just be you. Don't put yourself in last year's category because that's last year.
Coach, really appreciate you taking time to sit down with me, allowing us to come in and talk with your guys, and good luck to you guys. Really looking forward to seeing how this year goes.